the most over focused on part of a soil test, that personally I think is the most overrated, pH. So let's talk about it. Soil pH is simply the measure of hydrogen activity in the soil, specifically in a water solution, which is how pH is measured. This chart behind me highlights, if you look at the bottom, you see 4, 4.55, so on and so forth. And you see 7 in the middle being neutral, and then you get an alkaline ratings. But what you'll notice here is on the lower, more acidic side, you start to see that your micronutrients are more readily available at higher volumes relative to what's in the soil profile. As you get closer to neutral, 7, you'll notice that your macro or secondary nutrients are more readily available at those levels. Again, relative to the soil. So it depends on what's actually in the soil. And then also, how are these things going to be applied? So although pH is important, it's only one small step in the equation, because if we apply pH, let's say it's 6.8, somebody wants to grow alfalfa, they've done a lot of research, they come up with the 6.8. But if we don't have phosphorus, and we don't have potassium, and we don't have balanced saturations, we might be trying to grow something in a quote-unquote good pH situation, but not in ideal balance. So that's where choosing the right lime sources and stuff can not only balance your pH, but also balance the chemical side of your structure, which ultimately will then help your biological side of the structure as well, as you get that foundation built properly. So here's a good example of that. If we choose, say we have imbalanced cations, we have way too much magnesium, you could have something here that's right above my head. You could have a pH that's perfect, but you could be dealing with a lot of soil compaction, be it subsurface or surface compaction, due to that imbalance. On the other side, you could have calcium dominate that balance, have really good aggregation, allow better root structure, stronger plants, and also better water infiltration, and ultimately better biological movement in the case of Vitalize Seed if you're trying to do the 1-2 system and trying to promote better soil biology. So this is where it's really important to get a good quality soil test, and that's why we have partnered with Ward Labs. The test only on our website, the conventional soil test, gives you organic matter, pH, micros, macros, nitrate, phosphorus, which is in that macros category, all your micronutrients, as I mentioned, and your base saturations. And why that is critical is because if you're going to go put lime on a field, you certainly want to make sure you're picking the right lime. Does your field need high cal? Does it need magnesium? Maybe your pH is in a good position, but you're still struggling. Maybe you need some gypsum, get that calcium and sulfur up, right? And that's the idea of balance. And then you add cover crops in there, highly diverse systems, and you start fine-tuning based on pH, based on soil type, based on what's happening on that soil test, how you're applying those nutrients. Is it in furrow? Is it in a foliar application? Is it an organic nutrient like our no-till nurture to drive biological activity and nutrient cycling? Maybe that's what you need. So that's why I think pH is important, but it's not as important as it is as guiding our step in that direction. So pH is low. Okay, we need lime. Now what type of lime? So it's just one step that we need to continue to focus on. Hopefully you all found that useful. I really appreciate everybody following along. And if you like this stuff, check us out, vitalizeseed.com.